Let's get started.
Hello, everyone. Sorry we are a little late, but we're having some technical difficulties, and Angie's still trying to get the pattern, which is a pain in the patootie. And I thought I had already subscribed to this person, and it wouldn't let me in. I had to go through 6 hoops to get this pattern up. Anyhow,
I think I've got
hello,
it now.
hello, Karen. I thought I did too at one point, and then I got down to the directions, and it was all blacked out.
Oh,
Hello, Karen and Jody and Melinda and Judy. Hello, Deborah. Deborah, you still have a Christmas tree up. That's pretty amazing. Huh, you're going to leave it up a little while longer. All right. Hello, Lydia and Marvin Dyke. Mary Lou's here. Brenda is here. Sherry, Emma, Michelle. Who else? Hi, Jennifer. Thank you, Jennifer, for being a member. Thank you.
it won't. It says it's on here, but it won't load.
I'm telling you, I've got it. I mean, I got it.
Okay,
You
I'll
can
just
keep
listen
playing
to
with it, and I mean, I've got the pattern up now. So I hope if you're doing this T-shirt baseball thing with us, you have gotten in and looked at the pattern and looked at sizing and stuff, because the sizings are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 based on your bust size. So I hope you've measured your bust size and picked a size. I believe I'm, I don't know, 5, I think.
Well, and it does say 2 to 4 inches of ease. So if you don't want it to be big and big and baggy.
And so the bust measurements are like, they're like 4 inches apart or something.
I see that.
Right? Are they 4 inches apart?
Well, I'm getting to that part.
I don't even want to go back. I'm at the pattern. I don't want to go back because
I'm getting to that part.
So you also use 2 hooks for this.
Yep, a 5 and
There's
a
a
5
5 and a 5.5, and it's DK weight.
Yes.
So there's that. Like, I've never had so much trouble, and I don't have my 5.5, which I'm gonna need. One moment. I got a 5. I must be using my 5.5 out there
somewhere else. It just keeps like Maddie. Are you able? Maddie's here with us today, everybody.
I didn't know.
Are you on the pattern?
No, I have not been listening. I thought what do I do?
You have to go to Joy of Motion, and it's called the favorite baseball raglan tee. You might want to just Google that instead, and it'll take you to Joy of Motion. But then
in her website, you just search on the website. Oh yeah, here it is.
Then you have to
It's called pain in the ass pattern to get to, is what
it is.
Yeah, there's a lot of ads on here.
Yes, it takes a while to get, and you have to sign up.
Yeah.
For what?
Okay.
Oh, send it to me.
It's crazy. It's
okay.
Crazy.
I better measure my bust again. I just measured my bust, but I forgot what it was.
Measure again. I know, right? I'm going
measure
with number.
Your bust.
I remember I did mine just now. I'm going with number 5. I went one bigger or something. I don't know.
Wait, did you do the thing where it says email it to me?
No, I just signed up. I'm going with number 3.
Wow.
Well, I have a 40-inch bust.
But then what's the next one? 44?
Yes, 44. I'm definitely, yeah.
And see, so that wasn't enough for me.
No, size 5 is 48.
Right. So it was either 44.
You're very busty.
Well, I know I got boobs. It was either 44 or 48, right?
That's quite big.
And I'm right in between there. So what would you do if you're right in between those sizes?
What is your number?
I didn't tell you my number. I'm between 44 and 48 though.
Okay, then I would go 44, to be honest with you, because number 1, it says it's going to have 2 to 4 inches of ease automatically.
All right.
And number 2, it is going to stretch with wear.
Okay, I didn't want it to be too tight. I'm using
it. You know what? All I can say is I have made myself 3 summer crocheted tops, and all of them I went with like the exact measurements, and they're all too big.
Okay.
Like they've all stretched out.
Well, this
You know
is
what
a
I mean?
this is a cotton acrylic yarn. So how much is that
I'm
gonna?
trying to think. Well, cotton's definitely going to stretch.
Okay, I'll go with the 4 then. I'll see what the 4 does.
I don't know. I mean, I don't want to steer you wrong.
I know.
Right, Sherry? Measure twice, crochet once.
Well, I know the measurement, but choosing the correct size according to the pattern seems to
Right.
be the issue, not
Right. Well,
measuring.
you might want if you want it to be baggy, you might want to go with the bigger. I don't know. I don't want to steer you wrong.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go with I need to lose 5 more pounds before the retreat, so we're gonna go with a smaller. Anyhow, welcome everybody to the confusion and the madness. Okay, the confusion and the madness. Have you guys gotten your pattern up now?
I've got my. Oh wait, now it's still. Now I just find. Now it's locked up. Unlock and
See?
subscribe. I
See?
just did that though.
See? I told you.
Oh my goodness! Now I got to go to this other site.
Yep. That's what I've been messing with for the last 10 minutes.
App.growme.
It lets you read most of the directions and everything, but then when you get the pattern, then you have to subscribe to her thing. And then I did, but then it takes me to some other site and I had to sign in there. And I'm like, oh my Lord. Jennifer, you know what we're going through, right, Jennifer? Jennifer's got her pattern. Well, we start with chaining with our smaller hook. So
with the 5mm hook?
Yep, with the smaller hook, yes.
Okay, how much are we? Oh, but where's my 5mm?
So if you're doing a 3, and they want you to start with foundation single crochets.
Oh, okay.
So if you're doing 3, you're doing 80, and I'm doing 86. Okay? You're doing 80. I'm doing 86. So
okay.
Remind me how I start. Once I get the foundation started, I'm good.
To get started, you're gonna for foundation single, yes, chain 2.
And then you go into the first one.
Into the first one, pick up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1. That creates your chain. Yarn over, pull through both, and that's your stitch.
And then
go into the
one you just made,
the chain you just made, and make sure you get both loops. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2.
So that is 2. Okay. Yep. I always forget how to start them.
Oh, now it says that an account already exists with that email. What the heck? And that's not an email that I ever use. I don't understand. Well, I'm just going to have to listen to you today. I should have had this done, but I was on the phone with my bank. I have several payments due today, and went to go on PayPal and make the payments, and PayPal wouldn't accept my payments.
Somebody else had a problem with PayPal today.
And I have money in my account. And so I was on with their virtual assistant, and the virtual assistant is virtually useless.
Did you figure out if it was PayPal?
It had to have been. Yes, it was. Well, yes and no. PayPal. Well, first, yes, it was PayPal with the bank, because I tried to do it from my bank account, and that part was a PayPal problem. But I tried to do it through my debit card, and my debit card had my bank had my debit card suspended for suspected fraud. They're like, "Did you try to make this payment 3 times?" I'm like, "Yes, I did."
Oh, it was you that was frauding.
Yeah, it was me that was fraud. Yeah, I'm like, yes, because I know I have money in my account and I'm trying to pay a bill.
Somebody tried to send a payment for the retreat today, and PayPal wouldn't work no matter what they did. So I think PayPal was definitely having an issue. So then your issue with PayPal caused you an issue with your bank.
Right, exactly.
I don't even know how many I've made here.
And then, I mean, today is just retreat-a-palooza because I've got my the last payment of the Mingle in the Mitten retreat due today, and also my payment for the Lone Star retreats due today. It's like, ugh, I'm gonna be broken. I haven't even gotten anything out of it yet. Because of course I got to pay for my Maddie girl too.
Is she doing both?
She is this year, yes. Last year she missed Lone Star, and I missed her.
Well, she missed both of them last year.
Yes, she did, because she was at Taylor Swift for Great Lakes, yeah. And then she couldn't. Why couldn't she go to Lone Star this past year? I don't remember. Oh, because we weren't. Oh, that's why. Because we didn't register for it because we thought we had her wedding. And then when the wedding got canceled, I got on the wait list, but she did not. So then I got in from the wait list.
This is really baggy. I don't like this.
It will, you know what? It'll it looks a little funky now, but it'll straighten out once you get going. And if it I would highly recommend seeing it through, because when you're doing like you're probably going to put some stitches into the other side here, and it'll look way better than putting them into a chain.
Well, I'm not liking the look of it right now, I'll tell you that.
No, it looks funky right now. I completely agree. It's not a good look.
Completely lost count of how many I have. So.
Oh, I've totally lost count. I'm not even keeping count. I'm just going to go for a while and then I'll stop and count.
And I'm really slow at them.
They are slow. Yes, they're definitely slower.
But I guess you have to look at it as you're kind of doing 2 rows.
Exactly. Yep. You're getting 2 rows done at the same time. I used to really hate foundation rows, but I can see their merit in certain circumstances now.
I've only done it a couple of times.
I did it. Well, I'm doing it for this one, and I just did it in a sweater that I'm making. That sweater I'm making for Emily. I had to do a foundation row, and that was like total 134 stitches. And they were doubles, so it took even longer.
So what yarn are you using?
I am using this Yarn Bee Simply Flawless, it's called, from Hobby Lobby. It's a low pill acrylic.
Oh, you know what? Michelle. Thank you. This is wrong.
What?
What are you using? 2 colors?
Yeah.
Is that your main color?
This is my main color, yes.
Wrong.
Oh no, the first row's on our arm color?
Contrasting color.
Oh, jeepers creepers, I didn't even bring that color out here because I didn't think we'd be using it right away. Hold on, I'm going to have to go grab it.
Contrasting color. Thank you, Michelle.
Okay, that's okay. I'll be right back.
That's okay. Oh, see, I'm telling you, this is just one of those. I can't even find the end of this yarn. Good Lord. Yeah, you did see my colors already, didn't you? Thank you for saying that, though, Michelle, before, we kept going. Okay, you know what? I'm not even going to fight with this anymore. I am just going to go from the outside, and I don't care.
Oh, you're not going to? Well, I'm going to take longer than you then, because I'm going to do it.
I tried to find my inner thing, and I can't find it.
Find your inner thing.
I'm just going with the outside of the yarn.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I'm not going to try to fight for your center.
No,
I can't find it. So I said, forget it. This yarn seems so much finer than the other one I was just using.
And are they the same brand and weight?
They're not the same brand, but they're
Oh.
both a light 3.
Right. That's weird, isn't it? How different yarns can be. And you know what's really weird is this, my contrast color is this black. And it is listed as a medium weight 4. Whereas my main color is listed as a lightweight 3. But the main color is definitely thicker than this color.
The 3 is thicker than the 4?
Yep. Yep, look.
Mine are both 3s, but this one's thinner. This one is a what am I using on this? This is afternoon cotton.
Who makes that?
Premier.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
It's a softer cotton. It is a mercerized Egyptian Giza cotton.
Oh, fancy. Where did you get that?
No clue.
Oh, you just grabbed something from your stash?
Yep.
Nice. Me too.
Both of mine are stash yarns. My other one is an ice yarn. Got a bunch of these little balls of this ice yarn, so I'm going to use that. So, yeah, I showed that in my video today, didn't I? My yarn.
Oh, goodness. I got a snag in here. I don't know what happened to Maddie, or else she took off on me.
I see that.
I don't know if she got a phone call or went to the bathroom or what she's doing.
She's just lost.
She's lost somewhere in the house. Yeah, she came in and I was on the phone, and she walked in the house and started talking to me. I'm like, I'm on the phone. So she sat in the back room and for 45 minutes while I was on the phone.
That's weird that you were having a problem with PayPal and somebody else did, because I did a PayPal transaction today with no problems at all.
That is weird. Well, yeah, it was really, it was weird.
Yeah, I mean.
So you know what I ended up having to do? I ended up having to transfer the money from my bank account to my PayPal balance, and then transfer it from my PayPal balance to you.
Got you. Well, I was transferring money from Retreat to me. And that went through just fine. I mean, it was instant too. It was like, boom. I was like, thank you.
Sometimes I put the stitch in the wrong stitch, especially with this black yarn. I'm having a hard time seeing.
I'm sure. Yeah, this is just so loosey-goosey, lacy, whatever. Oh, you're using a butterfly yarn.
Again.
Nice. Isn't that nice when you can pull something out of your stash and use it, Jennifer? I mean,
yes, it is.
I even showed Dale. I came up from the basement and I was like, look, honey, my next project. And I just
free
yarn downstairs. And he's like, well, it's about time. I'm like, oh. Although the shawl, I've had that yarn from the shawl for a while too. So
yeah, I didn't buy that yarn either.
Yeah, this technically a stash yarn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now that doesn't mean that I didn't buy something today for else online, but
what did you buy?
Okay, so Wonderland Yarns.
I love Wonderland Yarns. They're
Wonderland
beautiful.
Yarns is doing a tour of something for the year.
Mm-hmm.
And each month you can get a special yarn and you'll get a pattern for a block, square. And you make several of those squares. And then each month you get a different yarn. You get stitch markers with it and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then at the end of the year, you have a blanket.
Nice. What weight is the yarn?
It is sport weight to DK is what they call it.
Oh,
So I'm assuming
okay.
it's a heavier sport weight.
Gotcha.
So I didn't get January's.
Can you go back and get it past tense, or is
I
it?
don't think so.
Oh, so well, you could probably just substitute something else for
Right.
that.
If I and then I've been getting it at my local yarn shop, and she was like, you'll have plenty of yarn to do enough squares to make a blanket, even if you miss January. And I said, yeah, and there's some other pretty yarns in this base that I could get
Right.
if I felt I needed to add, something else.
Right.
So
Are
now,
they fancy squares or are they just basic
yeah,
squares?
no,
Fancy squares? Nice.
yeah, they're kind of fancy squares.
Who's
I
the
have a
designer of it?
I don't know that part. I would have to look them up again, but I haven't made one yet. But I do have February's yarn, and I just got March's yarn.
Nice.
They're very pretty. Well, I don't have March's yet. I got to go pick it up. I've paid for it. But
I have not bought any new yarn lately. Well, I mean, I take that back. I bought project specific yarn, but I haven't bought any like just ooh, look, yarn.
right.
Yarn in a while.
Well, yeah, this is project specific.
Exactly.
And I was in her store, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and I got something from her for my other fancy square blanket. Wonder how far I keep going before I stop and count.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Well, you got to think though, this is going to go around your neck. So it's got to at least fit around your head, right? So.
Except it's the sleeve. So how does that work?
Oh, this is the sleeve. Oh, I thought we were doing the yoke.
Well, I'm confused by the whole thing. But I mean, this is I don't know what we're doing. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe is there one band around the top of the neck?
Yeah, I think so.
And then it goes off to the arms?
I think so. No, I think this is just like the first row around your neck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's one row around the neck.
Yeah.
And then we're going to continue the body. And then we'll go back later and add
and do
more
the arms. Yeah, I think
this
so.
Is just like a little trim. We're starting with a trim instead of ending.
Yes, that's the way. That's what I would understand. But crazy. I mean, I'm not looking at the pattern, so I have no idea.
It would have seemed like it would have been easier to just make the whole front and then go and put a little stitch around the top.
I'm flying blind here.
I know you are.
I'm trusting you.
Yeah. I'm going to count in a minute here and see what I have.
Oh, thank you, Judy. Those were very cool, weren't they? And I actually did go and get the I was able to stop at the cross stitch store when I was out at the doctor's office the other day and got the fabric to do that one quilt, the 3-dimensional quilt looking kit. And I did start that. So I started on, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this is a pattern from 1989 that I got on eBay. And it's these quilts here that are hanging on this clothesline are like 3-dimensional. They're actually stitched on a separate piece of fabric, and then that piece of fabric is tacked onto the main piece of fabric, so it looks 3D. So I started with that, and I started with my first quilt. So that's what I've got so far for my first quilt. Definitely a win. Yep, for sure.
Sherry, I haven't found any diamond painting. Well, I found one. There's one that I like, and it's not at Diamond Art Club. Not at Diamond Art Club. Okay, now how do you count these things? What in the world?
Well, you would want to, the way it's easiest for me is to flip it over.
Count the little V's on the top.
Yes.
So let's see. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've only got 59.
Well, you're doing better than me. I've only got 50. So yeah, I didn't get much of anything done this week on any projects because promptly after, well, not promptly, but I wasn't feeling that great Sunday evening. Went to bed early and woke up in the middle of the night after having stayed up the whole night before with Nate being pukey sick, and I was pukey sick. I got Nate's flu, and then Jeff got Nate's flu, and then Maddie got Nate's flu. So we've passed it all around the house. Luckily, it was only a couple days, but it was a rough couple days. Like, I woke up Wednesday morning knowing I had two doctor's appointments and thinking I had to call and cancel them. But when I woke up Wednesday morning, I thought it was Tuesday morning. Like, I lost a whole day.
So what did Maddie come over for? You guys were all sick.
Oh, actually, no. She got the flu all on her own. She hadn't even been here.
Oh.
Yeah, she got it all on her own. What, honey?
There's a chipmunk out there.
Yeah, there's always a chipmunk out there. He lives under the deck.
Aww.
Isn't he cute?
There's a little hole in one of the pots. He's eating out of it.
Yeah, he's eating the seeds.
Aww. I took a bunch of pictures of him.
He lives out there. He teases the dogs.
I didn't know about him.
Oh yeah, he's been out there for years.
Mark of my absence.
That's okay. We wondered where you went. I thought you were.
No.
Well, you do spend a lot of time in the bathroom. Well, I know it's annoying. Did you sign up for the whatever?
I don't know what that means.
Subscribe. You have to subscribe to her blog. And I can't do it because it says that my account already exists, and there's no way that it does because I've never signed up for that woman's blog before. So I'm a little perplexed.
It's a cute shirt.
It is cute, isn't it? Mindy, did your Chuck show up yet?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, Anita, I hope that everything turns out okay. Neck surgery is scary. I don't know, Emma. I don't. We had a lot of rain like earlier in the week, maybe day before. Like this week has been a haze to me. It's been a complete haze. I gotta start all over and count again because now I lost count again.
That's what I was doing. That's why I wasn't really talking to anybody. Sorry. I wasn't talking to nobody because I was counting.
Three more I need.
Permission to speak?
Permission granted.
Has anyone ever seen the thing where they cut the pictures out of the, I don't know.
Oh, yes. Aren't those cool?
Yeah.
Where they do what?
cut the pictures out of the books to make them look like this.
Oh,
Actually,
they cut
it's not cut, it's folded.
Yeah, they fold the pages
They
and stuff.
fold the pages. In fact, when we were at Amy and Michael's in Texas, she had a book
She's
that she did that with.
She's done a couple of them.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, you could do that, Maddie.
I want to.
There you go, new craft for you.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, it did. It rained all day yesterday. Yep, it did rain all day yesterday.
It was miserable yesterday.
Yes.
Bleh.
Yep. Because I made chili, and I remember thinking it seemed like a perfect day for chili. And then I ate said chili, and after having had the flu and not having anything in my belly, that was the wrong thing to have as my, inaugural meal. So I thought you mentioned, Mindy, and I know you did, but I don't remember your dates. That you and Dale are headed off to Tennessee.
Yeah, it's late May, like the third.
Oh, late May. Okay.
Yeah, third week of May.
For some reason, I was thinking March, but
no.
Because I over the years of raising children, the oldest of which is 30 and the youngest of which is 15, we have always done spring break road trips.
Mhm.
And not the girls anymore since they've grown up, but Nate now we have not gone on spring break since COVID.
Right.
That year we couldn't go, and we haven't gone any year since. So I was talking to Jeff, and Nate's getting older. We've got not so many years of having him as a child in our home, and we decided that Nate and I are going to take a spring break road trip this
You
year.
had told me that you were gonna think about that.
Yep, we made a decision last night. So as soon as we get off today, Nate and I we decided our destination, and we're gonna get together and make some reservations we got some fun things planned.
Where are you going?
We are going to go to Chattanooga, Tennessee. Now you might think that that's not really like a spring break destination.
Yeah.
But there are some things there that interest him, and my grandma's younger brother and his family lived in Chattanooga, so in my childhood we would go down there and visit quite a bit. So Nate wants to go do some spelunking. So we're gonna go do some cave tours, and they have some pretty cool caves in that area, and they have the incline where you ride the trolley tram car up the mountain. And they have whitewater rafting, which is something that Nate has always wanted to do.
Don't do that.
Maddie,
Right
we are going whitewater rafting. Stop, Maddie. Maddie is such a scaredy cat. She's scared to do anything.
Me too, Maddie.
No, I'm not.
Yes,
I
you
would
are.
do
You're
it.
brave.
You are not brave. You are anti-brave.
I wouldn't do it. All right, Angie, you got your 80?
I've got my 80, yes.
Okay, so now you need to make sure you do not twist your thing
Yes.
and join
Yes.
back to your beginning.
Yes, ma'am. No twisty.
I found that quite difficult to make sure it wasn't twisted and get it all
No twisty. I got it.
right. All right. And then switch to your large hook.
Okie dokie.
Switch to your large hook.
Gotcha.
And now you are going to chain one.
Mm-hmm.
And you are going to single crochet
Mm-hmm.
in the next, we're both doing 10.
Okay. Whoops. Except I should probably not use my yarn tail and rather use the working yarn.
So now here's my question. let me read this to you because it does not say switch to larger hook, chain 1, which does not count as a stitch. Single crochet 10. Now, do you single crochet 1 in that first one?
Yes.
That's what I was thinking. It doesn't say that, but because
Yeah,
it
I
doesn't
would
count
assume.
as a stitch.
I would assume. I've got a little bit of a dilemma here.
1, we do 10.
There we. What the heck is going on? I've got a problem. I slip stitched using my yarn tail rather than my working yarn.
Wow.
And now I've got a little bit of a conundrum because it's all stuck. Okay. We're just going to make this work and hope that I'm still not twisted. I'm not. Okay. You guys have to be quiet or go in the other room. And I just did it again. Oh, and I'm not even attached. Oh my goodness. Because this black yarn is really hard to see.
I'm sure. Well, I'm using a purple again.
Okay.
Wave to Karen when you go by Toledo.
Oh, I will.
All right. Let me know when you're back there.
Sorry. Okay, I'm back.
Okay, now switch to your main color.
Okay. Should I have switched before I finished that?
I'm going to try to finish off my last single crochet with the new yarn here. Yes. Now you add your other yarn. Okay.
Are we going to fast
now,
or are we just going to leave it hang?
We're gonna have to finish it, cut it off because we're gonna have to.
Because we got to restart that
later.
color on the other side. Gotcha.
So now you're doing number 3, right? 1, 2, 3.
Yes, I'm doing number 3.
So you're gonna single crochet in the next 30.
Next 30. Okay.
I'm single crocheting in the next 33. I've got too many yarns going all different directions here, right?
Okay, let me ask a quick question before we get too far with this. Are these just normal, regular single crochets, or are we doing the split stitch to make it look like the knit stitch?
No, just single.
Just regular. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then at 30, I'm assuming I'm going to switch colors again and then do 10 and then do another 30.
I don't know.
Okay. Oh, Gita, you've done whitewater rafting 4 times? That's awesome. I'm a little bit frightened of it. I'm going to tell, I'll be honest. I'm acting brave, but I'm a little frightened. Because I'm not the most graceful or coordinated person you've ever met. And I can just see myself flying out. Mindy, have you ever been whitewater rafting?
29.
I'm sorry.
30. No. Okay. I'm back to where I needed to be. Hang on. All right. Now, switch to your main color. Not your main color. Switch
To your sleeve color.
Switch to your contrasting color. So I need to cut off my yarn here. But
Yes, Dawn, it is a top. It's called the baseball raglan pullover tee.
favorite
Yes.
baseball raglan or something
By
like
Joy in Motion is the name of the person.
all right. Trying to get my yarns situated here.
Yeah, there's a lot of yarn stuff going on.
I know. We got this end and that end and the next end and the other end and gosh. And they're all tangled up. I don't know why they're all tangled up, but they are. Come on, seriously? I'm just wanting my purple back here. Come on. Come on, purple. Okay, now we do 10 again. And I just it's so loose. I'm not liking this at all. Everything is loose.
I think that we'll find, I don't quote me on this, but I think that we might find that as we build upon this with that other stitch, that split single crochet, it will tighten up, because that one sweater I did that had the split single crochet, it did tighten it right up, that stitch. Brenda, I won't be going through Pennsylvania. That's a little too far to the east for me.
Yep, we don't hit Pennsylvania either when we go down. Okay, so you did your next 10. And then
Finish it up with not 30 more of your main color, or 33 more.
Repeat from the beginning. That was the 10. Then switch to the main color, which I still have attached back here somewhere. God, I just got strings going everywhere.
I know, I'm going to cut some of my, I wove mine in it, or
Well, I did some of mine too.
Somewhat. So I think I'm going to trim them off.
All right, so now I'll take that.
So as not to have so much junk hanging.
So in theory, this last round should be again your 30 and my 33.
Yep, and mine worked out. So
you're done?
Yeah.
You did it already?
Yeah.
I haven't even got my yarn attached yet.
Oh.
I'm like, okay.
Yepper.
I don't even have it attached yet.
Yeah, I don't know if I made the correct yarn choice for a summer top, but we'll see. You probably did a better job than me with cotton. Cotton's probably the way to go.
It's a cotton acrylic blend.
Yeah. Maybe this will be more like a spring tee for me because mine's 100% acrylic. I could maybe even go down with the sleeves and make it like a true baseball shirt and make it kind of the 3/4 sleeves.
You could.
I love 3/4 sleeves because I can actually craft in 3/4 sleeves. Oh, gosh, I don't feel good. I'm going to, pardon me while I chug some Pepto. I've been living on this. Yum. Breakfast of champions. Oh, thanks, Brenda. I know it seems it just never ends. It just never ends.
Mine's nowhere even close.
It's a 33?
Mm-mm.
Well, 33 and 33 is 66. And 66 plus 20 should have been 86.
Then why do I have so many stitches left here? I mean, I got like.
Did you miscount your chain?
I really don't know.
And did you work into the bottom of your stitches? Or did you maybe accidentally work into, well, not that that would matter because you should still have the same amount.
I really have no idea why I have this many left.
One thing that you will notice, however, when you do the foundation chain, because of the way you connect, it's going to look very ugly after the end of your first round. Do you see how it looks a little bit offset there? That's completely normal. And
I think the whole thing looks like shit.
All you need to do is take your tail and weave that, and it'll take care of that. Weave it around the base, and it takes care of that.
Oh, never mind. Oh, I'm so confused.
Why?
Because we started with purple. I started with purple. Hang on. I am off a couple of stitches, but I'm not off as much as I thought I was off. Okay.
Oh, good.
If that makes any sense. Because I forgot, I'm thinking, why do I have all of these purple stitches left? Well, I really don't. The purple stitches I have left are where I started.
Oh.
Right? They're where I started the first 10. Lord have mercy. So I'm assuming we connect to that. Let's see. Yeah, those are my beginning purple stitches I'm looking at. Okay. Join with a slip stitch and turn.
Oh, we're going to turn now. Okay.
Yeah.
That was my chain.
I feel like I'm twisted, but
well, you're not really twisted. You're just offset a little bit.
I'm just making sure I'm not twisted because
Oh yeah, you don't want to get any much further and be twisted. That would
feel
be
like
a mess.
feel like I'm twisted. You know what I'm saying?
So I just put in my other email because I have my Yahoo email, and then I have a iCloud email. And it still says that, and now it says that I have an account already with that email. There's no way that I signed up for this lady's.
Is it her thing or is it that other?
Oh, the grow thing? But
Yeah.
there's no way that I.
Have you signed up with that for somebody else, is my thought.
I don't think so. Let me see if I can do it this way. And try to do it through Google.
I do think I've gotten twisted.
I'm going to try signing up with Jeff's email since I'm on his iPad. Oh, Google account. Well, that's not going to work.
Dang it. How did I get twisted?
You're twisted?
I am twisted.
Oh, man.
Oh, shit. I'm already not really liking this whole thing here, right? It's just...
It'll get better.
I think I know where I might have twisted at. So hang on. I don't think I'm back that far. So hang on. Let me unconnect there. I just got too many strings hanging all over the place, so now they're just confusing the bejesus out of me. Okay, hang on. Let me take this part.
Oh, I'm getting somewhere. I'm getting somewhere.
Okay, well, you work on that for a second, and let me take out this blue, because I think it's where I got screwed up, is when I switched.
Oh, two-step verification. Now it wants me to check my device. Am I trying to sign in? Yes, it's me. Goodness gracious. Oh, April, day 10 of your sickness. Yuck. I'm so sorry. That sucks. Now it took me back to this. Oh, okay. Now it still says unlock and subscribe. What the deuce?
We're just having a great time.
We are having a great time. Well, I really should have gotten this going ahead of time, and I would have.
Some days are like this.
Been for that stupid bank deal. I should have, which I should have just waited and taken care of later, but I had no idea it was going to take nearly an hour.
Okay, hang on.
Oh, I got it. Okay. Woo, I got it. Okay, so this is now the next round 3 is where we're going to start with our okay, she's calling it a shallow single crochet, but I've heard it called a split single crochet. So, but I believe it's the same thing. So I am going to go to her crochet abbreviations and terms post.
Still twisted here.
And make sure I've got the right thing.
Okay, I'm not twisted there. Not twisted. Not twisted. Not twisted.
140 plus.
No, I'm still twisted. Dang it, Angie. I'm so frustrated at this moment.
Well, make sure you're not trying to put it into the chain, the bottom, and you're slip stitching into the top. You might, because it's going to look cockeyed. And that's normal. It's going to look like you want to put it here. Let me show you.
Hang on. I just got to figure out if I'm twisted here or not.
Oh, okay.
I've taken out a bunch of it.
Your husband was sick for 2 weeks. Yuck. Yeah, Nate, I haven't started coughing yet, but Nate had the flu, and then like 2 days after he was finished being, throw up sick, he started this horrible coughing fit. And I can't tell if this is Jeff's iPad that's causing this problem or if it's the website, but it sure is slow to load.
I sure am wanting to do this a different way, that's for sure.
Oh, go ahead.
You know, I'm like ready to just do chains and
Go for it. It's your project. You can do whatever you want.
I can't even tell what I got going on here at this moment.
Where is Linda when we need her? I want to know if a shallow single crochet is the same thing as a split single crochet. It looks like the same stitch, but
This is not bad.
yep, looks just like a stockinette stitch. Yes. Creates a firm fabric texture. Yes. Come on. Load, load, load.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Okay, so I am correct. A shallow single crochet is the same thing as a split single crochet. So what you will do, in case you're not familiar, is instead of going into the top of your stitch like normal, you're going to go in between the V's of the stitch. So like that's my slip stitch, so that's not the one I'm going for. Let me tighten up that slip stitch a little bit because that doesn't look good. So we're going to chain one and turn. Get that tail out of my way. So here is my first stitch, and here are the two legs. You're going to go in between the two legs, the vertical legs, rather than the bar. And then you got to pull up a little bit and then just finish it right like a normal single crochet. And the first round is going to be a little bit difficult to see where you're going. It's going to take a little extra time, but once you get into the routine of it, it's really easy. And make sure you're going between the vertical stitches and not between the vertical posts and not between the posts of the two stitches, if that makes any sense. And now I can't get this stinking. There we go. Okay, so but to start with on this round 3, you're going to put one, we'll just call them shallow single crochets because that's what he's calling them, in the first stitch and 2 in the second stitch. So you're going to do a little bit of an increase there. And then 1 into each of the next until you get till you have 2 remaining in your main color.
You got the pattern up?
Yep, I do. Finally figured it out. But and make sure when you do these shallow stitches that you don't do them real tightly, because it'll be difficult to get into them on the next round if you do them real tight. And it'll create a nice firm fabric on its own with, you know, without having to like force it tight. Oh, Linda is here. Oh, you didn't know that? Let's see, learn something new every day. Can't believe Linda learned something new. She's the master crocheter. That one sweater that I made was all this, but with color work. So there was a lot of I was switching colors like every other stitch. It was interesting, and I had 3 different colors going at once and carrying them behind. It was fun. And I do love the way this stitch looks.
Right, Jennifer? I'm about to do that. Just do a row of single crochets and call it good.
That works. Whatever works for you. We lost Maddie. She got involved in chit-chatting with her brother. So when you have 2 stitches left in your main color, in the second to last stitch of your main color, you're going to put 2 stitches. And then in the last one, put 1. I'm trying to decide where my color shifts. There it is. And then I assume, oh my gosh, now the pattern just went all the way back up to the top, and it takes forever to load. Boy, this pattern is going to be a pain in the butt. You know what I think I might do? I might print it, and I never print anything. I always work from the computer, but this one might be worth the aggravation to have it printed. And then you're going to switch to your contrast color. So we're going to be doing lots of switching. And you know what would be a good idea, actually, it would save a lot of hassle and frustration, is if you have 2 balls of each of your colors, which I'm sure that you do.
Why do we keep switching?
Because we're working on front and back are our main color, and the sleeves are our contrast color.
So this is going out to the arms.
Yes.
Oh God.
Yep. So, but what would be easier to do in this situation is if you have 2 balls of each of your colors, which you most certainly probably do, because it takes that much to make a shirt, just leave one attached. Oh no, that wouldn't work either because we're turning, and so it'd be on the opposite side. Maybe we won't be turning each. Oh, yep, we are turning each round. Okay, so then with our contrast color, we're also going to do an increase in the second shallow single. And I don't like working with this black. I can already foresee that this is a regrettable decision. Even though I love black, it's hard to work with. Oops, and I put it between the stitches and not into the stitch. I did that there too.
All right. I have nothing.
See the legs.
I have nothing.
Mindy's starting over.
I am just gonna do chains and single crochets because I ended up with like 5 stitches too many, and there was nothing I could do about it.
And then we're going to continue along until your second to last contrast color stitch. and do another increase before you switch back.
If I use the microwave,
If you use the microwave, it will make your food hot.
will it? Okay. I meant will it affect your stream?
No, I shouldn't. It does the opposite of the refrigerator.
What?
The microwave does the opposite of the refrigerator.
That is so true. Keen observation.
Thank you.
Astute.
Very astute. I'm known for my powers of deduction. Oh, I gotta cut, and I didn't bring 2 balls of each cut. Well, like I said, it wouldn't work anyways, would it? Oh, and I didn't weave those ends in as I went. That was foolish. And then you're gonna do on the back the same thing as you did on the front, which is a shallow single in the first stitch and then an increase in the second. I have a feeling that with this, as soon as we get past the raglan portion of this, and we're on just to the body, we're going to be doing a lot of chitter chatting and not much talking about the pattern, because it's just going to be all shallow single crochets. Round and round and round. And somehow I got in the... I don't have my stitches in the right place again. It's easy to misplace them. It's right from the start I did it. That first one is kind of hard to identify. So it's around the, there we go. Nope, that's not in the right spot either. There we go. And like I said, this first round is tough to try to identify where you're putting your stitch, just because it's the first round of it, but as you go along, it becomes much easier. Oh, goodness. Do I hear wind chimes? You've got your wind chimes out?
Here?
Yeah, is that what I hear?
Uh-uh.
No?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I must be hearing things.
No, no wind chimes here right now.
It's finally happened, folks. I've finally lost all the marbles. What little bit of sanity I had left is now gone. Maddie's out there discussing the terms of her dowry with her brother.
Her dowry?
Yes. Apparently she has a dowry that I'm not aware of.
Okay.
Does that mean I get something or I got to give something?
You get it, I think.
Oh, good, good. Let's marry that little brat off soon.
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
At this point, I'd pay someone to take her. I'm kidding.
You might have to pay. That might be how it works.
I think so. Ooh, Tammy, your son's flying in. That's awesome. That's exciting to first spend a whole week. I know I'm really looking forward to spending a week with Nate. Now, I know you're going to say, but doesn't he live with you? Yes, he does. But I rarely see him. Kind of lives in his own world. So it'll be nice to have his undivided attention for a whole week. And I'm looking forward to one of our guilty pleasures when we do road trips is in the hotel. The only TV we watch on spring break is the show Impractical Jokers.
You have some interesting
Traditions.
rules. Yeah.
Yeah, they're more like traditions than rules.
Why do you only watch Impractical Jokers? Why?
Well, because when he was little, he loved that show. So it's kind of a comfort thing. And it is a hilarious show. Although Nate told me last night that the one guy quit the show. So I don't know how funny it's going to be anymore.
Well, you wouldn't be surprised to hear me say I have no clue what you're talking about, right?
Well, of course, Jennifer knows, and Jennifer loves it. I know I could count on her. Okay, now to find this next guy. There he is. Oh, a dowry is what I have to pay out, Melinda? No, I don't want to have
Yeah,
that.
see, I've started thinking about that. I think the daughter has to, they have to give money to the man.
To the groom. Yeah, no, we're not doing that.
I think that's how it works. Now that I'm thinking about it,
I guess I'll keep her, for a while.
Oh, well, okay. Oh, Jennifer, you should have told me a long time ago. Just forget the whole foundation single crochet row and just go old school, because this is so much better. And I like it better. It's tighter. I don't feel like the stitches are all like wonky all over the place, like loosey-goosey. Like they were really like loosey-goosey. You know what I mean? Loosey-goosey.
Yes, I do know what you mean. Because mine are a bit wobbly. I'm sorry, Tammy. He's been going through some stuff. Kids got it rough these days. I mean, just because they have a college degree is no like guarantee that they're going to have a good job, and it's just rough. Houses, I mean, I remember when I was Maddie's age and Emily's age, like, I by myself, got a mortgage and bought a home, and there's just aren't those kind of starter homes available anymore. Okay, and then the next round 4, we're not going to do any increases. We're just going to shallow single crochet around and change the yarns where we're supposed to change the yarns. So, but you do turn and chain 1. So this is just a non-increase row. And it is easier to see those where you're supposed to put your stitch on these. Although I'm not liking this having to change colors all the time, because I'm ending up with all of these raggedy little ends.
Laggedy little ends?
Raggedy.
Oh, raggedy. Yeah, it's an end heavy kind of situation.
It is. And I'm almost thinking, normally I wouldn't do this because I would, because there are so many ends, I'm thinking when I change my yarns, when I change my colors, I'm going to tie because that's going to show, because we're turning. So there is no good side and bad side to this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to tie a knot. I was thinking I would tie a knot to keep those ends from coming apart, because that makes me a little bit nervous, but I don't want to do that either. Linda, any suggestions here to deal with all these ends?
Well, I am trying to crochet over as many as I can, and then I'm going to go back periodically and weave in as I go.
Yeah, I should probably do that too, rather than I've been like crocheting over them but then just clipping them, but since they're not connected really to anything, right, I'm thinking that's a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
So I should probably do that as well. Just let them hang and be in my way as I work, and
right,
weave them in. And I'll have to do what I don't. You guys know how much I love weaving in ends, and I usually save it for the end of a project. But I'm thinking with this, I'm going to have to like do it as I go. I got a lot of diamond painting done last night on my chuck.
Yay.
I know. I hadn't sat up and diamond painted all week. Change color. Flip off. Gonna have to keep your little scissors handy on this project. Hi, Francesca. Yeah, exactly, Linda. That's what I'm afraid of and plus I'm noticing, because my colors contrast so much, crocheting over them is not such a great idea, because my contrast color is showing through, on that side. And because we're turning every round, I don't know which is going to be my good side and bad side. So whatever side ends up being the good side, if I keep doing this, it's going to show up. So I think I'm going to quit crocheting over my ends and then just weave the ends in periodically into the color that they belong.
I
If that makes sense.
well, I just weaved a little bit. I mean, I crocheted over a little bit, if that makes any sense. Not like a bunch.
Not like a bunch, not like a straight
No.
along kind of thing. Yeah.
No. Like that I can clip up. So I just because I felt they were coming undone
Mm-hmm.
and it was driving me crazy.
Whoops, then I did it again. I went I didn't go between my stitches. That first one where when you change colors, it's a little bit tricky to make
change directions to secure. I like to weave in your ends when you're changing directions. I think that's what you mean, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm back to where I'm supposed to be. But we what do? We join and then immediately turn. Right?
Yes.
We join and then we turn.
And chain one. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is
and
that
chain
stitch.
one.
And then you start your shallow stitches.
And okay, so
you've got, instead of going into the top of the stitch, which is, right here, you're going to go down and you're going to go between the two vertical bars.
So on your first one, hang on. But how can you see the vertical bars when now we're backwards?
You can still, they're still there. They're just, they just look like they have a little knot in them.
So you're just going like underneath that loop. There's a horizontal bar.
Yep. And then there's two vertical bars. There's two vertical bars that come out like a upside down V.
So you're basically going underneath that horizontal.
But between the legs of the upside down V.
Right. So you go underneath that and between those other two things.
Right, but make sure you're doing it under the upside down V, not the right side V. The right side up V would be between the two stitches. You want to go between the upside down V. Okay. Can you see?
I only have one V underneath my horizontal bar.
Depending on how you look at it. Okay.
Because I'm on the first row, you're on the back side.
Well, in every row you're going to be on the back side because we turn it every row. We turn it every round. It's going to be the same every round. So if you're looking at it like this, see how this makes a V, a right side up V right here? That's between two stitches. See how right here makes a upside down V? That is one stitch.
Yeah, but are you going, see the horizontal bar?
You go through the top, like where that V joins together at the top.
Right, which is right underneath the horizontal bar.
Correct.
Directly underneath the horizontal bar and between two strings.
The horizontal bar that connects the two legs of the V, not the horizontal bar between the stitches. And it is a little bit, you'll know because it's a little bit tighter to get into that than it is to get in between stitches. That's how you know you're in the right place. If it's hard to get in. That's what she said.
It's hard to get in.
That's what she said. Yeah, you know what, Sue? I think that what's tough, and this is exactly a good example of how YouTube is so amazing, is because I have watched and learned from crochet tutorials where the way they explain something made absolutely zero sense to me. And then I have watched someone else explain the exact same technique in a completely different way and it clicked. You know what I mean? Like, people don't always think of things in the same way. Like magic circles, for example. I love magic circles now. I finally found someone to explain magic circles to me in a way that makes sense to me. And now I love them. After how many years of watching how many videos of how to do it, I finally understand. And foundation rows. I finally found someone that I understood about foundation rows, and now I feel very comfortable with those too. And I never did. I always ended up with a jumbled up, knotted up mess every time I tried to use them.
16. Now, see, I can do a foundation row, but I did not like how it looked. It was way too loose and baggy.
And I think that sometimes they want you to do those on the yoke of a garment, especially for exactly that reason, from what I've read. Because a foundation row gives more stretch than a chain start. Do you know what I mean? Okay, now I don't remember if I already, is this my end of my row or what? No. Okay. Couldn't remember if I did this one or not. And again, I did it wrong. Right, Karen? It's turned out to be a little bit of something here. I think it'll be fine once. It's like anything new. Once you get used to it, you'll be fine. Just takes a minute to try something new. Holy crap, it's 3:30 already.
Oh, you do 2 more after your
first one, yeah.
Well, after you do your row of them, you do 2 together, 2 in the
2 in the same stitch, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then we change color. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's when we change color. I was ready to change color after my 29 or whatever. But you gotta do 2 more.
Yes. I agree, Karen. It would be much easier on a lighter colored yarn. I'm having a hard time finding these V upside down V's on this black yarn.
2 in the next 5. 2 in the next. What? Split stitch. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. After you switched to your contrasting color, you did 1 split stitch,
And then 2 in the next stitch.
so you do 1.
Yep, your first one is
the first one.
Yep, and then 2 in the second one, and then 1 all the way down to your next to last one, and then 2 in the next to last.
1 and then 2 here.
Oh, I see, because I've got 2 there. I'm wondering why that wasn't looking right, but that's I got 2 stitches there.
Feel like I'm doing graph gans, Jennifer. All these strings going everywhere.
Yes, you're right, Kieran. I am looking at the clock. Well, because I haven't seen my Maddie girl in forever, and she came to visit me, and when she got here, I was on the phone, and then as soon as I got off the phone, we went live. I don't think I've seen Maddie since I've been home from Texas. No, I did. I saw her once. Okay, so I made it to the end of round 4. And I have a feeling that we're just going to keep
6 and 2 in the next.
I know I miss her. She's not around much anymore, Karen. She used to be up my butt every day. I don't see her very often anymore.
So am I correct in assuming that the purple should be on top of the purple and the main color's on top of the main color?
Correct.
Well, that didn't work out right. Yeah, that didn't work out right.
Okay, so it looks like you're just going to keep alternating, doing an increase row and a regular row for
Yeah, that did not work out right. Okay, great.
quite a few rows. So we can have some homework because we're just going to keep alternating these 2 rows. How many rows do we want to do for
None.
None? Okay.
I'm not having a good time with this. That's all. Yeah, my main color, when I finished what it said to do with my main color, I'm way not to the purple. Or no, not to the purple. So I don't know. I need to relook at the whole thing again because
when you do
it's currently messed up again. I mean, yeah, currently messed
on your
up.
increase rows, the only thing you got to remember is on your increase rows, you do the first stitch of that color is 1 stitch, and the second stitch of that color is 2 stitches.
Okay, so I missed 1 there.
And
I didn't do my first one as a single. I did my first one as 2, so I missed 1 there.
And then at the end of the row, the next to last stitch gets 2 stitches and the last stitch gets 1 stitch of the before you change color.
So I should have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus my 29. Right?
You should increase by each color. Each section should increase by 2 per color. So on your increase rounds.
Well, what I did is I should have 29 for my long stretch. 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. I should have 35 stitches in the main color. And that should take me over to my purple, but it didn't. So I missed one at the beginning, like I said. So I'm going back already here, going back. Because I didn't do one single one first. I started with the 2. Maybe I didn't even put the first one in the right spot. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And that is it when it at the color change stitch, because of your pulling your new color through on the last pull through of the other color, it is a little bit difficult to find that stitch.
Well, yeah, but I didn't color change.
Identify it.
But I didn't color change here because this was my main color. And you chain 1 and you turn. And you keep the main color.
Yes.
So then when I turn, then am I supposed to put a stitch there? Probably not. Like underneath that chain 1. I think my first one goes over here. Crazy.
I'm really having a hard time seeing this black to get my stitches in the right spot. And I honestly, with the black, it's not going to matter because you're not going to be able to see that knit look anyway on my yarn. So as long as I got the right number of stitches, I guess I'll be fine.
All right. Let's just call it here for now.
Okay.
And
sounds good.
I'm going to see if I can get this right by next week or not.
Okay.
And if I can't get it right by next week, I'm going to be like, I quit. I'm done. I didn't do it.
Mindy's going to say, finish it on your own, people. We're going to move on to something else.
That's right. I'm doing something different. Oh, yay, right? This is our neck.
Yep.
This is our neck.
Yep.
Does this even go over my head?
That's why they wanted you to do the foundation.
Well,
because it is stretchier.
Yeah, okay. All right, everybody. That was fun. This was just like kind of doomed from the beginning. It's just been a hot mess since the beginning. So I don't know. We'll see what happens here.
I know, sometimes with projects, I start them and I'm like, nope, hate it, can't do that. And then I go back to it like a different day.
Right.
And then I'm okay with it. It's just I get frustrated.
Right.
In the, in the moment or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Understood. So anyhow, I'll look at that later because I don't want to look at it right now anymore. Right? Glad you're having fun. Sue, you're so funny. You're so funny. Yep. All right, everybody. I'm gonna let you go, but Angie, don't leave me because I gotta say something to you when we're done.
Okay.
All right. So happy trails. See you next week and see how it's going. All righty. Bye, everybody.